What is going on, YouTube? I am back. I am your host, Jay Burnin. And today we got to talk about this Lil Durk trial going on. Now, Lil Durk is in court looking at life in jail for a murder for hire case. And now people are saying whether or not Lil Durk is a snitch or not. Because there's a guy by the name of OTF Vonnie, and he was the guy who mainly carried out the murder of Lil Pab, which is Quando Rondo's cousin or friend, something. So anyways, this OTF Vonnie guy was snitching on Durk, all in court, and now Lil Durk's defense team has decided to pull out the reverse Uno card, and now they're pinning everything on OTF Vonnie. So what do you guys think? If somebody snitches on you, can you go and snitch on that person? Lil Durk is not snitching directly. His lawyers are snitching, but people say that this is snitching because Lil Durk is paying these lawyers and they need Lil Durk's approval before they point the finger at the other guy. Even though the other guy already pointed the finger at Lil Durk multiple times. Lil Durk is looking at a life sentence. I doubt he'll receive that. If he's fully guilty, they'll give him life, but I doubt that. He'll probably get like 30 years at worst. But right now, I think Lil Durk, I think he's doing okay. I think he'll get like 10 years, bro. I don't think he'll get like 30 years. The money this guy has, he's probably looking like at 10 years. But Lil Durk's team had a solid defense. They were saying OTF Vonnie is King Von's cousin, and Lil Durk didn't have to pay him to kill the other guy because it was his cousin that got shot and smoked, King Von. So at OTF Vonnie, he's like, you know what? That alone right there makes me want to go kill that Quando Rondo's homie. So I don't know. That's a very solid defense. They're saying that, you know, Lil Durk was paying people millions, $1 million to go kill Quando Rondo and his homie. But Lil Durk's team is brilliant for saying, oh, well, they murdered his cousin, so that was enough. He did it for free on his own terms, on his own accord, which is a very solid defense. It could be the truth, but would that be snitching? Them saying that? Let me know in the comments down below. Is that snitching? Even though OTF Vonnie said, oh, well, Durk paid me to kill that guy. He's over here saying he got paid to kill the guy, but there is no paper trail evidence directly linking Durk to the murder. But there is a lot of evidence. You know, they were driving around LA in a white BMW M5, which is a very noticeable car. Quando Rondo and his team were rolling in a black SUV. I'm gonna put the pictures here if I can find them. But it's like, how do you not notice a white BMW M5 trailing you and following you for like a whole day, maybe 2 days? So they're stalking this guy in a luxury vehicle. You know, they're stalking this guy in style in a nice vehicle. How do you not notice a vehicle like that on your tail, going everywhere you go? So that's very weird. I think that detail is very weird. It's like a nice Hellcat following you wherever you go. Eventually you would notice that Hellcat. You know, something along that line, or a Corvette, you know, something. It's not a regular car. Then one of the guys in the video, surveillance footage, he had like a pair of jeans that said like rats before riches or something. One of the guys that snitched on Durk. And the investigators took this a step further. They took a picture of the pants. They reverse Google searched the pants. They found out only one store in like Chicago sells that pair of pants. So then the cops hit up the store and they're like, you know, who purchased these pairs of pants? And they're like, oh, OTF DD. So it's like, damn, bro. They had it down to the pants, down to where he bought the pants in Chicago. Even the shoes, they had a bunch of Jordans. They committed the murder. Then they went to like In-N-Out. They checked their surveillance footage of In-N-Out. They're wearing the same fucking Jordans from the murder scene. And this fucking white BMW M5 is a rental car, so that thing has GPS and tracking devices up the ass. They switched the license plates, but they can go to the Hertz dealer and check, oh, who rented out that vehicle? Lil Durk rented out the vehicle. They even have a picture of the owner of the car with Lil Durk at the dealership, the car rental place. They had Lil Durk's picture there with the owner. But I don't think Lil Durk directly rode in that vehicle, so that's very good for his defense. I don't think they had surveillance of him hopping out of that vehicle, but they did trace the vehicle going back to his LA home. So it's like, fuck, you have all this, bro. Like, the cops have a perfectly clear picture of everything, but it is a very solid defense, you know? Lil Durk could just be like, oh, I was just at the house the whole time. They went and committed a murder. I was home the whole time. What does that have to do with me? They did that on their own accord. And then Quando Rondo's gang, the Rollin' 60 Crips, gave Lil Durk and Lil Durk's people the information like, hey, Quando Rondo's over here, come kill him. Like, his own gang fucking set him up. And I think that's the moral of the story here too. If you're from like Georgia or Texas or Florida, these LA gang members don't view you as equal. You're not a real Crip or a real blood in their eyes. So, moral of the story, LA gang members don't respect the cripping or the blooding of people from out of state. So, honestly, Lil Durk, there's no direct paper link to him. So, it's a very solid defense. So, what do you guys think? Is this snitching? If the guy pointed the finger at Lil Durk and Lil Durk's lawyers pointed the finger back at that guy, is that snitching? In my opinion, I think once the other guy snitched first, I think all the rules were thrown out the window at that point. And I think as long as Lil Durk doesn't take the stand, I don't know if you can really label him a snitch, but that's always the thing I've heard. As long as you don't take the stand, then you're not snitching. So as long as Lil Durk isn't up there pointing the finger like 6ix9ine or Gunna saying yes ma'am, then Lil Durk might be in the clear. But what do you guys think down below? Is this snitching? Did Lil Durk get snitched on? Is it possible he's innocent? Is Lil Durk gonna do like life in jail, or is he gonna get 10 years? I say you give Lil Durk like 3 years in jail, bro. You gave Pop Smoke's killer 3 years in jail. Why not give Lil Durk 3 years in jail? He wasn't even there. He didn't kill the guy directly. You know, you give Lil Durk like 30 years, but you give Pop Smoke's killer 3 years, that's bullshit, in my opinion. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it free smirk, or can you stay in jail? Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll catch you guys next time.